Hello, hey there. Good morning, good afternoon. I hope you're fine. Welcome to this Wednesday Raw Sex Talk with me, Benjamin. It's been long since we did this show, so today I welcome you here for the next 1 hour so that we can have this talk. How have you been? And how are you doing? You remember you can join this show by clicking on the link that you see pinned there on the comments with my name. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Today's topic is about what things can be done to make sex much better between a couple. And the show is every Wednesday where we talk about sex and nothing sex. Today you just want to know as a man, ladies, what things can a man do to make it better for you? And you as a lady, what things can a man do to make it better for you? So share the video, tag a friend. You can always join the discussion. Prepare yourself to join. I'll be letting you know, according to some people that I already asked this question. People who have been together for some time, they already have some answers on what to do. I see you, Miriam Kamam. Tishia Phil is going to join in a few. Bundesiana, hello there. Thank you for tuning in. Akujo Keith Nora, good evening to you. Oga Patrick Mangi, Buddha Niaj, Buddha Posan. Mambo vipi. Onsongo Junior, tuning in from Bomet 254. Thank you so much. Thank you. Masi Washira. Washira or Wakria? All right. Thank you for tuning in. Naomi Onduso, hi there. Thank you for tuning in. Nax Tricia, I've seen you. Thank you so much. Sharon Vinaywa Mahonga. Asante sana, tuning in from Lebanon. Katia Gashago, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey there. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Nax Tricia, live 966. Master Simeon. I have the first guest in the studio. I don't know if he's going to talk. Otieno, sitoroke. He was trying if he can come live. Nax Trisha, Master Simeon. Hi there. Ruth Gift Jr. watching you from Omwana Ominto, Biamono Sana. Thank you for tuning in, Ruth Gift. TSTV Springs, thank you for tuning in. Shalom, Leslie, well prepared minds and cleanliness. This is the first things to do. You should have a very well prepared mind and cleanliness. Okay, thank you so much. I'll be telling you some of the things. Today we are keeping it short and simple. So if you want to join, even though you're not having a partner, it's good to learn something new, something different. So join me now and share your thoughts. What are some of the things that you can do to make the sex life amazing? Have you shared the video? Did you know that lubrication is very important? We will not even talk about lubrication right now. Let's begin with the basics. Educate yourself. Sex education is very important. Somebody type down in the comments. Sex education is very important. Don't think that you know it. Don't imagine that your ex helped you or your ex taught you everything. Sex is a long process. You need to be educated. That's why I need to tune in here to just listen, read the comments, and hear what the guests are going to say. If you don't have education, your sex will be very boring. Another man will take your woman. Another woman will take your man. If you don't know anything about sex and how to make sex better, education is very important. Sex education is the mother of all this discussion. So we are here to learn and to teach each other. Master Simeon Kano Koli is watching from Burj Khalifa, Dubai. Good evening to you, Burj Khalifa. Beautiful building. Lydia Nafuna, hello there. Jambi Sarah, hi. Caroline, hi. Evans Nyabuto, Thank you for tuning in. Rebecca Adongo Melan, I'm watching from Kampala, Uganda. Thank you so much. Damaklin Kerubo agrees with me. Sex education is very important. Hana Ngandu, mambo poa, karibu sana, kuja kwa show tuongee. Evelina Mama Africa, hello there Evelina Mama Africa, good evening to you. How are you doing? Sex education is very important. Number one, on how to make it better and very exciting. Can you tell me one of the other things that can make sex much better? You see, when you don't have education, chances are very high you will hurt another person. You will hurt another person with your size. Look at my microphone. You see this microphone giving me this powerful voice. You could be having this kind of microphone, and you're hurting a beautiful, amazing woman because you're not educated on how to have sex. And then you're hurting her and making the sex as boring as you can, as boring as you can imagine. Sex education is very important. Evelina, I'm doing good, okay. I hope you're keeping well. I'm very fine. Juliet Amanya, hi there. Abakar Adija, hello there. SCCV, hey there. One of the other things that can make sex better, what are some of those things? Loki, I see you tuned in from Kakuma, Turkana County, Kenya. Thank you so much. Give yourself time. You need time. Time is very important. Even if you are 25 or 30 or 35, you need time. Just give yourself time to learn certain things, to learn what to do, to learn where to touch. You have to give yourself time. Don't rush. Nobody's putting a gun on your head and telling you, hey, Patrick, you have to reach orgasm in the next 2 minutes. If you don't do it, we are going to shoot you. Take your time. Take your time. Sylvia Kalea, hi there. Gladys Njoroge, thank you for tuning in. Evelina says foreplay makes it good, with those emojis there. Okay. Florence Minot. Florence, hey there. Okay. So we are still talking about the things that you can do to make sex much better. And you can join the discussion by clicking on the link that you see pinned down in the comment section. Come here and give your opinions. The show is only for 1 hour, 11 minutes gone. Share the video, tag your friend, and let's have a discussion together. Braxi Lydia, tuned in from Bahrain, connected. Thank you so much. Austin Grusha. Hi there, Austin. How are you? So give yourself time. Give yourself time. Don't rush. Don't be under pressure. It's very important because as you get older, your sex power will reduce. Your sex energy will reduce. You cannot have the same stamina that you had 10 years ago. I used to think that the stamina I had 15 years ago will still remain. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Your energy will reduce. Other things will begin to occupy your mind. And give yourself time. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame your partner. Don't tell him you're cheating on me. Don't tell him it's because of the other woman. Understand that your man is becoming old. His energy levels and stamina are reducing. And sometimes if physical changes come, if you gain too much weight as a man, your energy even to stay on top of a woman becomes very, very, very low. A very heavy man cannot stay on top of a woman for more than 17 minutes. He has to carry himself, or he has to lie on you. He has to put all his weight on top of you for 17 minutes and he can feel that he's hurting you and you're also hurting. So to cover up for that weight, he has to do it very fast. So give yourself time. Thank you so much for all of you just tuning in here. Let me know the background music if it's okay, if it's not too loud. Scarlett Nyadira. I would have one guy I love, then the sex will demand for much because I would give it all. Just one man. Give yourself time learning one person, not rushing, not trying a different man or going back to your ex. It's a learning process. Kibe John, thank you for tuning in. Mamito Jackie, hello there. What are those things that you can do to make your sex life much, much better? Nsongo Junior, thank you so much. Thank you. Nonenge Nyirenda Mumba. Sex is two-way enjoyment. Very important. If you want to make it better, both of you should enjoy. If you're not both of you enjoying, then you are making babies. But as you know, you cannot be making sex and making babies all the time. You can only make one baby per year. Not all the time, not every day. After you have made a baby, now the sex has to become enjoyment. Thank you so much, Nenge. Hilvin C. Sisi tuned in, thank you so much. Julieta Manya, kazi safi vipi? Babako wanaendeleaje sasa? Babangu amepoa, anapona. Asante sana kwa kuuliza. Ndio kwa maana unaona nafurahi hapa. Naongea nikismile. Tunashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu. Mike bin Michael, hello there. Loki says one way of making sex better is trying different positions. Different positions, huh? One position all the time is not very good. But you know, some couples enjoy one position. It makes them to reach an orgasm, which is very important. So sometimes if your partner enjoys one specific position, you can stick to it. Don't change unless your partner is saying that this position is better. You change for better. You don't change like pornographic actors. Change must have a purpose. You don't tell somebody to come on top of you or to lie below or to put their legs together or to open their legs so wide without a purpose of making it better. You don't force somebody to bend over, to turn around and raise her bottoms or her ass way up there so that you can penetrate as deep as you can, so that you can enjoy. You change for better. Changing is, you only change for better. You don't just change because somebody told you that change positions. No, you change because position A, missionary, has not been working. Let us try another position. That's the only way to make it better. Yatero Charles, thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Thank you. So send in your comments. You can join the show by clicking on the link pinned there on the comment section. Continue sharing the video as we go on with this discussion. How can you make your sex much better? How do you make it much better? Kimori Dennis, vipi? Mambo poa sana. Mambo vipi? Thank you for tuning in. Morad Jocelyn, hello there. Musimbi Jacqueline, thank you for tuning in from our YouTube channel. Lima Lulu, hello there. Nana Maria, true. Okay. Eliud Mokai. Maluda from Diaspora Ongata Rongai, true love. Thank you so much. Jerry Roy, Qatar tuned in. So one of the other things, tell me on the comments, what can you do to make sex better? If you're scared to come live, just put in a comment there and put an emoji of running away, because I know most of you are scared of talking about sex. One of the other ways of making sex better is talking. Talking about sex will make sex better. As a man, as a woman, as a couple, you must talk about sex. you must talk about it. You must ask your partner, what else can I do? How can I make it better? Talking. The more you talk, the more it becomes better. The more you keep quiet, the more your partner will get bored and run away and go and look for someone better. Talking is important. You must say, these days sex is not exciting between me and you. And my fellow men, when a woman tells you that the sex is no longer exciting, you have to accept the reality. Don't judge her. Don't act like your mother has just died. Don't overreact. Don't feel offended. Don't feel attacked as a man. This is your woman. She's saving you from running away from her. She's saving you from making so many mistakes. Do not judge her unless she is making false excuses. But once your woman tells you that these days I no longer feel you, I don't enjoy it, you're not the same energetic man that I used to feel 1 year or 2 years ago. Swallow it. You see the way I swallowed my saliva right now? Just swallow it as a man and take it in. Breathe in. Don't panic. Don't feel offended, Only mature men and men who have grown up, they give themselves time to understand that this thing is a process. I am not the same the way I used to be. Let me try to find out what this lady is telling me. When you get offended, when somebody tells you that your sex is no longer exciting, when you get offended, you shut off the communication. Then you stop the excitement. Then you don't solve the problem. This is the journey of looking for better sex. This is the moment you start thinking of another person. These are the moments when you want to go back to your ex or one person who gave you an amazing sex. You don't want to begin that journey. Talking is very important, and that's why I started this Wednesday Raw Sex Talk, to help you as a man, to help you as a woman. I am not an expert. There are no sex experts. What we have are sex therapists, and therapists have taken their time to learn about good sex, and they try to put that into practice. Now that you're not a sex therapist, you're not one of them, you have not spent your time. Remember, the first thing we talked about is knowledge is everything. If you know how to make a woman reach an orgasm, things will be easier for you. The sex will be amazing. Knowledge is everything. But now that you don't have the knowledge, but you have this free time to watch this video, to listen to me, to read to the comments, you're already getting this knowledge. You're absorbing it, and you're beginning to realize, maybe this is where I've been going wrong. It's what I need to do to her. It's how I need to make her excited. So, the Wednesday Raw Sex Talks is purely to remind you that sex is a beautiful thing. Sex is about fun. Sex is about enjoying. Sex is not a punishment. Sex is not only just making a child, but sex is fulfillment, that somebody loves you and you love each other. You are surrendering your body to each other. That's why we are doing this on an open forum where people are freely able to express their opinions and talk about sex. So talking is very important. Perry Hoskal Mike, thank you so much. Wednesday topic is fire. Mercy Washira. Wakaria. I don't know if your name is Washira or Wakria. Try to know the weak point of your partner. These are most sensitive parts in your partner. They are called weak points, but also they are known in sex, very sensitive parts to touch, to lick, to rub, and to concentrate on. You have to know it. Knowledge is everything to make it better. Nonenge says this: I'm in so many ways today. I'm Shaniqua. Tomorrow I am Meta, then Strawberry, then Acrobatic, and it has to be in a romantic way. Some women and men are not romantic at all, and that is boring. Yeah. So romantic, you need to know what is romantic to somebody. What is romantic to your partner? There are people whose dressing in a sexy dress is very romantic. And there are people, when you're naked, it's very romantic. There are people when you're quiet during sex, it's very romantic. And there are people when they are screaming, shouting and calling you names and telling you those sweet little nothings, it's romantic. So you have to agree, what is romantic to you? Ask your woman, tell me, what is romantic to you? And you as a woman, ask your man, what is romantic to you? From today at the end of this show, what is romantic to you? What does a romantic woman mean to you? What should she do? Once you know that, then you focus on that. You put all your energy there. You spend all your energy there. You put your money there. You put everything there. Don't imagine that what was romantic to your ex is romantic to your partner. No. Somebody's nipples touched could be very romantic. Another person does not want her nipples to be touched completely. So you have to ask these questions. What is romantic to you? Let me ask you as a viewer. What is a romantic man to you? And you as a lady, can you describe in 2 sentences a romantic man? Don't use those funny jokes that a romantic man is a man who spends money. No. That is a joke. He has to spend money on me to make it better. One of the other things that as we go on with this talk here, we have gone 24 minutes. If you want to join the discussion, click on the link that is pinned there in the comments. Come here and talk. I see somebody called Asa wants to join. Asa. Hello, Asa. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Ngoja kidogo, nimeitwa. Ngoja kidogo, nitarudi.
So umeitwa wewe naye. Focus. Njeri Roy says concentration and participating is very important. Okay. Let's see here. Perry Hoskal Mike. Dress sexy lingerie. Whipping cream. That thing to be testable. Okay. Whipping cream. All right. Okay. Karen Anyoka. Keep it up, Benjamin. I like your shows because you're yourself. Cheers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for the compliment. Have you tagged your friend? Have you shared the video? Caroline, thank you for tagging your friend. You can tag your friend. We still have 30 more minutes to go. Hannah Ngandu. I thought when you trust one man and be transparent to each other about sex happened and I enjoyed. Beautiful. Transparency and be open to each other. One of the things that can make your sex much better is maintaining physical affection. Physical affection. Physical affection, obviously, you have to use your hands, your eyes. It's very important. Hands, eyes, voice. We had another Wednesday Raw Sex Talk talking about good sound and very bad sound. What is that good sound during sex? Physical, maintain it. It should not disappear. You know, the first 2 months when 2 people meet each other, sex is amazing. Sex is just, can you imagine the first 2 months when you meet a man, whether it's long distance or short distance, the sound, the screaming, the frequency, the energy, the physical contact, the cuddling, the touching, the kissing, the eye contact, the sound the sound. Very important. The first 2-3 months. But this physical connection disappears with time. I'm challenging you as you're listening to me. Go back to physical touch. Physical touch. Physical touch should be maintained, should be brought back between two people. You find a married man and a woman, they can't hold their hands. You know, married people actually, they suffer a lot. They have the most sexless relationship. 82% of married people suffer from a sexless marriage. When you as a single person think that you are suffering, you have not had sex for 1 year, for 2 years, and you think your sister or your brother who is married, that they are having amazing sex, they are enjoying sex. Have you talked with him? Have you talked with your sister? Have you tried to understand how is their sex life? Physical touch reduces. When it begins reducing, you need to bring it back. You need to shower together. In as much as you want to avoid or have excuses that you can no longer share the same bathroom, physical touch is extremely important. It should never reduce. Anytime you realize that I am feeling like I'm not touching her, or I don't want to touch her, or I don't want to be next to her, or even to cuddle, or to allow him to lie on your chest, or for you to lie on his chest, just close to each other. Remember, as we said from the beginning, this is a process. After making babies, the sex turns to enjoyment. You cannot enjoy if you don't want to be close to someone. And that's why you find when somebody's cheating, when somebody's stepping out of his or her relationship, going to another person, is they're looking for this physical touch. Because the physical touch is usually at the beginning. When it disappears, you look for another partner, and then the physical touch will come back. This is when another person will begin touching you again. And that's where I don't want you to go to. Begin going back to the physical touch you had with your woman. Yes, she has gained weight. As we said, people change. Give yourself time. You're not going to remain the same skinny man since the first day you met a woman. When you complain your partner has changed, stand naked in front of the mirror. Ask yourself, how have I changed? How has my body, my neck, my buttocks, my legs, my muscles, and the fat that I carry in my body, how has it changed? When you blame her and feel she's no longer attractive, just stand in front of the mirror today. Turn around. Feel those fats on your belly. Touch it. Tap it. And ask yourself, have I also changed? Have I gained weight? Have I become different? Am I still handsome to her? Or the way I see her not to look very attractive? It's the same way she's seeing me. Physical touch is very important. Physical touch. Touch each other. Touch. Smell each other. Rub each other. Physical touch. Once it reduces, there are very high chances you will look for it from another person. It is automatic. When the physical touch is reduced, somebody will go and get it from another person. Bring it back. Bring the physical touch between the two of you. Edwina Bizo Omanga wanna talk? Come and talk. Come and talk. Let me see who is here. Perry Hoskal Mike, thank you for tagging a friend. Continue sharing the video. We have 28 minutes to go. Mary Honey. Hello there, Mary Honey. Perry Hoskal Mike, the location of Tua 2. It's very important. We're going to talk about the location. Winrich September. Hello there, Winrich. Beatrice Otieno Asingo. Hey there. Abraham Ivan Leonico free mode. Okay. Weka tu hapo kwa free mode. Rose Chelimo, thank you for tuning in. Amy Nyaps, I've seen you. Thank you. Ruth Nyaringe, thank you so much for tagging a friend. Nonenge Nyirenda Mumba. Correctly, as to my perspective, romance in bed is when we start caressing and kissing. Some men don't know how to kiss or touch. Wow. That is romance according to her. Let me tell you one of the other things to make the sex much better. Using lubrication. For a very long time, I never used to believe that lubrication is important in sex. Because we watch a lot of pornography, we see how those pornography actors and actresses use lubrication. These are oils that are meant to make the vagina, which is very dry, to become less painful, to avoid painful sex. But because the knowledge that we have is so limited, we started with point number 1. Knowledge is very powerful. Because you don't have the knowledge, you assume that lubrication, buying this lubrication and putting it inside your vagina is going to affect you. It's going to make you look like a prostitute. It's going to make you be like a woman who cannot become wet by herself. But you forget that your body is changing. You are getting old. You do not have the same stamina and energy. Your hormones are no longer the same. You're not the same 24-year-old girl you used to be. Your vagina will become dry based on so many things. And when it becomes dry, a man who is not understanding, again, who does not have any knowledge, will either use saliva or force you to sex, punish you, put you through pain. So long as he has ejaculated, that is over. That sex is completely over. Please, I encourage you from today, begin thinking about lubrication. There are expensive and very healthy lubrications that can be used to avoid painful sex. And when you are getting into a stage of perimenopause, when a woman is almost reaching her menopause, your vagina will become dry. Unlike a man who just wants to penetrate. Remember, a man is penetrating. And for you, your job is opening up your vagina for him to go inside. If the situation was for a man, if somebody was penetrating a man and there's no lubrication, can you imagine the pain the man will feel? I want to ask you as a man, if another man was penetrating you with zero lubrication and you have to stay in that position for 15 minutes without complaining, without moving, do you think you can survive? This is the reasoning that I want you to have. When a woman is crying, it's painful, you are hurting me, please stop. Imagine if you are a man. There are men who have been imprisoned in the prisons, and because they meet these bullies, men who molest them sexually and have to have forced sex to them without lubrication. Can you imagine the pain such men go through? And it's a challenge that I'm giving you, that if you are dry, if the woman's vagina is extremely dry, don't use your saliva. Saliva, people say, is a natural lubricant. But what is in your mouth is a lot of bacteria from the food you just ate from a very dirty restaurant. And then you use the same saliva, you insert the same saliva on a woman's vagina. What you're doing to this woman, a beautiful woman, your own woman, your wife, you are transferring this bacteria to her vagina. And what's going to happen? She gets infection. When she has infection, every time after 2 days when you want to have sex, the sex is painful. She's not enjoying. And this is one thing that I didn't know. I met one woman in my life and I tried putting saliva. during sex using saliva. And she was very offended. I asked her, why are you offended? I mean, it's just saliva. And then she explained to me the same thing I'm telling you as a man. You have no idea how your mouth is extremely dirty. You have no idea that this mouth can put an infection on your woman's vagina for 5 years that both of you are not aware. So every time you want to have sex with your woman, she's complaining. It is painful. You are hurting me. I'm not enjoying. And then you think that she's pretending. Then you blame her. You say that this woman is just always using excuses that it's painful. As you get older and you become mature, begin to understand saliva is the last thing that you need to use when the lubrication is not enough on your woman's vagina. I hope this makes sense to you as you're watching and listening to me. Barbie Kathy, it's really an interesting topic. Thanks a lot, Mr. Benjamin. Thank you so much. Marcy Jella, thank you for tuning in. Evlis Chimaobi Simeon, nice talking show. Thank you so much. I hope you like and follow the page. Edwina, if you want to join, come here. Bizo Omanga. Nonenge Nyirenda Mumba said, yes, married people, physical touch is gone with the wind. Yeah, when people get married, they stop touching each other and even showering together. It disappears completely. Nyareso Kasi, I see you, my brother. Thank you so much. Nyareso Kasi Rirunya, thank you for joining me. Peri Oscar Mike says, no mate, no saliva. Instead, use lubricants. Buy expensive, genuine, and healthy lubricants. One of the other things that can make your sex better is writing your fantasies down. Fantasy is your dream. I want to have sex in the airplane. I want to have sex in a helicopter. I have money. I can hire a helicopter. Fantasies are very important. Everyone has a fantasy, so long as your partner is okay with your fantasy. Don't tell your partner, my fantasy is to have a threesome. I need 4 women together with you so that you can work on me. You can say it as a joke, but you need to find out what are the fantasies of my woman. This lady has had a fantasy of having sex at the beach at 2 a.m. in the morning, facing the stars and just hearing the sounds, the waves from the ocean. Private beach, no people, no stress, no COVID, no stress, no strangers, just the 2 of you. This is her fantasy. If she has told you this is her fantasy, if you're smart enough, why don't you begin saving up to fulfill this fantasy? If your man has told you that for me, my fantasy is to have sex in a private swimming pool or a sauna, private, expensive sauna, just the 2 of us with this nice background music that is playing right now. This is my fantasy. Why don't you tell him this coming month we have a date? Let's go and fulfill this fantasy. Why not? Why don't you fulfill each other's fantasies? Why would you start chatting with another woman or other women and tell them your fantasies and ask them to fulfill these fantasies? If your man has had a fantasy of an amazing mind-blowing blowjob, sucking his penis until he begins to speak Arabic, to feel like he's fainting. These are things he watches. He has been watching these things on videos or has had his own friends or even his own family members experiencing them. This is his fantasy. Why on earth can't you fulfill this guy's fantasy? Why not? What is stopping you from fulfilling this man's fantasy and make sex better? That's the question that I'm asking you. If a man has ever told you this is my fantasy and you don't want to do it, who else should do this? Huh? Who else? Tell me. Who else should fulfill this fantasy? Is it another person? Would you sit down and wait for another person to come and fulfill this, your husband's fantasies? Tell your fantasies. Write them down. Tell your woman, this is my fantasy. Can we fulfill it? Can we do it? Can we actually actualize this thing? Can we really do it? Fantasy, fantasy, fantasy. Miracle Meal, hi there, thank you so much. Perry Oscar Mike says some lubricant makes someone discomfort, better natural juice. Yes, with lubricants, I think it can be sensitive. Anything that goes in the vagina can actually affect it badly. So with this one, that's why I said from point number one, if you joined me from the beginning, we said knowledge is very powerful. If you want to have good sex, you must educate yourself. You must educate yourself about lubricants, which lubricants are better for your body, for your age, and for your health, before you just buy any lubricant. And that's why we have sex therapists, people that actually teach you on better kinds of lubricants. You have to go to them. You go to a sex therapist not because you are stupid, not because you are weak in bed. You just want to get this knowledge to make this partner happy. This is why I'm coming to this therapist. But because we believe that nobody can teach you about sex, nobody should tell you what is good sex and what is bad sex, you sit down and you hope that a sex is going to become better between the two of you. There is no miracle. Sex does not become better miraculously. If it was worse from the first month, it is not going to be better in the second month. Something must change. Some people or some things must be done. Two people cannot go to church and pray, God help our sex life. It doesn't work like that. The two people that we are talking about must do something to make it better. Knowledge. Knowledge is better. Hello, Chima. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Longest time.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess you're starting new, right?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you're just starting, Abby.
No. 46 minutes. You can see there on the screen. I've gone 46 minutes. I'm about to finish.
But nobody is there now. Nobody is there in the studio now.
Nobody has come to the studio. You're the first one. So thank you for joining me. And as you can see, the topic we are talking about, what things can you do to make sex better? So can you tell the women some of the things they can do to make it better?
You know, women they are pretenders, sure, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone loves sex. Women love sex more than men.
Women love sex more than men?
I'm telling you.
Okay, all right, I'm listening. So what can they do to make it better?
You know, here in Africa, men like
Chima was explaining something, that women are pretenders. Women are pretenders. Most women pretending. Pretend. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. What he was trying to say is most ladies are not themselves. They are pretenders in bed. Hello there, Asa.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. And you?
Niko poa.
Karibu sana kwa show.
Asante. Can I speak in Swahili?
Unapenda kuongea kwa lugha ya taifa eh?
Yes.
Sawa tu.
Okay. Sasa mimi ningependa kusema hivyo kusia.
Utaficha sura eh?
Eh,
Unaogopa watu ama unaogopa nini?
hiyo usiongea ukiwa unaangalia watu hivi.
Okay. Ungependa kusema nini? Kitu gani wanaume wanafaa kufanya ndio ngono iwe nzuri?
Kitu mimi ningependa kusema ni kwamba ukiwa kama mume na mke wakati mmekutana kwa mara ya kwanza pia sex inakuwa ni poa zaidi, inakuwa ni tamu zaidi, unakuwa una enjoy sana.
Hebu ongeza
Lakini
sauti, karibia kwa mic eh?
Okay. Kwa muda fulani hivyo ukipita, sasa pengine labda mmeshapata kama watoto wawili hivi, watatu, unapata sasa ile inaanza kupungua, ile mambo na sex inaanza kupungua kwa sababu majukumu yameongezeka katika mzazi wa kike, inakuwa majukumu yameongezeka. Hayuko peke yake kama vile alikuwa pale mwanzo. Kuna situation nyingi anapitia kati ya kulea watoto. Sasa kuna ile mume ameenda kazi, wewe umebaki nyumbani kama mke, uko supposed kufanya vile ambavyo vinahitajika kufanyika. Inapofika jioni, unamngoja mume wako amerudi, kuna pengine labda umechoka, stress za watoto, kelele, nini, ile inasababisha unakuwa yani hauna ile mawazo ya kwamba utaingia katika sex. Labda mume wako sasa yuko tayari anataka sex, lakini wewe hauko tayari kwa sababu umechoka. Ile kuchoka pia inachangia.
Kwa hivyo ni nini kizuri unafaa kufanya ndio kusikue na huo uchovu? Kwa sababu tunaongelea vitu vizuri gani ambavyo unafaa kufanya ndio hiyo sex basi iwe nzuri.
Sasa kitu ambacho anafaa kufanya mume, anafaa kuelewa situation ambayo unapitia, alafu kuongea unachangia. Wakati utamueleza mume wako kwamba mimi bwana nimechoka, nimeshinda hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi, lakini wakati mnazungumza mume wako akikuelewa, unazungumza katika ile maongezi, sweet words, maongezi matamu, huenda yakasababisha ile kitu ikaja, hisia zikaja. Una feel mwenzako yeye yuko tayari lakini wewe hauko tayari, lakini katika maongezi yake yatakusababisha na wewe pia uwe tayari.
Okay.
Lakini kuna wanaume wengine huwa hawaelewi hivyo. Unaposema kwamba wewe umechoka, anaona una pretend. Unaposema kwamba bwana mimi sijisikii vizuri, anaona una pretend. Kwa sababu kuna ile pengine labda umeishi na mume wako, unajua wazi huyu nikimwambia mimi najisikia vibaya ataniwacha, atanisamee. Umechoka lakini hutaki kumwambia umechoka, inabidi umwambie mimi najisikia vibaya, kama hivyo wanavyosema kwamba una pretend.
Kama ule
inabidi upretend kwamba
anasema inabidi upretend umechoka.
Umechoka lakini inabidi upretend kwamba unajihisi vibaya ndio akusamee. Ushaona? Lakini sasa inategemea,
kichwa kinakuuma,
kichwa inauma, labda nina tumbo, lakini sasa katika yale maongezi mazuri, maongezi matamu yanasababisha zile hisia zitakuja, zitarudi tu. Kwa sababu sisi sote ni binadamu na kila mmoja na mapungufu yake. Huenda ikawa pengine labda hayo ni mapungufu yangu, nikichoka hisia zinakimbia. Lakini utakaponiongelesha vizuri, utakaponishika vizuri, pale utakaponigusa, huenda ikawa zile hisia zikarudi. Lakini sasa unapata mwanaume umechoka, unamuelezea hayo, unamuelezea amekurukia juu, anakuforce. Sasa wewe ni mke wangu, nimetoa mahari kwenyu, unafaa unipatie ninachotaka. Haiendi hivyo. Inakuwa ni una force, inakuwa ni kama una force, na ukiforce hiyo kitu haikaagi tamu. Huwa haiwi tamu. Ndio unakuta sasa mwanaume ana force mara ya kwanza, ana force mara ya pili, kama hivyo sasa inakuwa sasa ni mazoea, yeye ana force. Hajui kutumia maneno matamu.
Akishamwaga basi ni kulala sasa.
Yeye anamaliza haja zake analala, unabaki wewe na maumivu, tokwe na machozi, unakuwa sasa ni mazoea, nishazoea. Sasa inafika muda yeye pia atachoka ile kuforce, ndo unakuta sasa mwanaume anatoka nje. Unaona sasa?
Kwa sababu pia atagundua ni kama huyu ni kama huwa anamlazimisha, so hakuna haja leo.
Anitaki ni kama ameshanichoka. Ushaona? Atakuta hivyo. Lakini sasa na wewe nawe ushazoea yale maumivu. Hakuna mapenzi. Ni
kulazimisha, bora umepanua miguu amalize mlale.
Bora amalize basi yaisha. Wacha tu, sitaki kumuudhi, sitaki kumuumiza. Inabidi sasa wacha nimwachie. Na ile wacha nimwachie waga si tamu. Inabidi sasa anamenyeka yeye, anang'ang'ana yeye. Hakuna chenye anasikia. Ni ile akishamwaga ni basi, hakuna kuenjoy hapo. Na sex ni kuenjoy jamani. Sex ni kitu ambacho tunakuwa na Mwenyezi Mungu tuenjoy.
Kilichobaki ni kuenjoy sasa. Baada ya kutengeneza watoto, sasa ni kuenjoy tu.
Na sasa kuenjoy inaanza na maneno matamu, manake huwezi kuingia kwa mtu kabla hujamuongelesha. Ni lazima umuongeleshe, akwambie karibu. Sasa yale maneno yako matamu ndo atasababisha ile sex inanoga. Ushaona? Haiwezi kunoga kwa kuforce. Sasa wanaume wanafaa walijue hilo.
Okay.
Hayo ndo mapungufu mengine ambayo ningezungumzia ya wanawake.
Kuna swala ningependa kukuuliza kuhusu mambo ya za Kegel. Sijui kama unafahamu Kegel. Kegel ni zile exercise ambazo unafanya ili ufanye sehemu zako za siri ziwe na mshiko ya kwa sababu wanaume wanalalamika, wanasema kwamba anapozidi kuishi na wewe ama kufanya sex na wewe ni kama vagina yako imekuwa pana, haina ile grip vile ilivyokuwa mara ya mbeleni Sasa inakuwa heri nitafute mtu mwingine, haina ile mvuto, ile mnato basi Sasa wewe kama mwanadada si unaona kama ni vizuri mwanamke kujifunza mambo kama hayo?
Yes. Alafu pia kuna njia nyingi za kutumia. Sio kifo cha mende. Kifo cha mende kila wakati hiyo nao pia inaboa. Kuna styles nyingi za kutumia. Na hapo pia wanaume wanafaa waelewe. Wakati manake siku hizi mambo mitandaoni, watu wanaangalia pornography nini, unapata mwanaume wako anakimbilia huko kwa malaya kwa sababu ana styles nyingi. Inabidi na wewe pia unajikakamua, unajaribu, acha nijaribu hivi, mume wangu asikimbie jamani. Sasa unakuta mwanamke unaweza ukajaribu, lakini sasa unapata sijui nikijaribu itakuwaje, sijui nitaambiwaje, sijui mwanaume wangu ataniona vipi. But wanafaa waelewe, unatakikaniwa wewe kama mwanamke kuweka ndoa yako ikiwa imesimama, ikiwa kamili, ni lazima umfurahishe mwanaume wako. So unaweza ukajaribu chochote kile ambacho unaweza kukifanya ili mradi umfurahishe mwanaume wako, umfurahishe mpenzi wako, nyote mfurahishane. Wewe unaenjoy na mumeo anaenjoy. Kwa style
iwe ni kama wewe pia
yoyote ile.
Unavofeel vizuri, yeye pia awe anafeel vizuri. Halo.
Nakupoteza.
Nasema unapofeel vizuri pia naye akwa anafeel vizuri.
Sasa ni kuenjoy. Kilichobakia ni kuenjoy. Sasa tuenjoy ni style gani tutaenjoy? Si kifo cha mende. Kila siku kifo cha mende kwa sababu mabati.
Hiki kifo cha mende ni style kipi hiki?
Kwa sababu mabati.
Hesabu mabati unafanya miguu
mami hesabu mabati. Mami hesabu mabati. Kuna ile style ya miguu kuweka kwenye weza kuweka miguu kwenye bega ya mume. Aweza mwanaume kushika hiyo miguu karibu na hapa kwenye magoti. Aishike miguu na achukue mzigo wote ni wa kwake. Alafu kuna style ya wanaitaga sijui doggy style. Uiname umwachie mzee mzigo huko apakue anavyohitaji. Kuna style nyingi tu. Kuna style moja hii unaweka mguu moja, mwanaume ambaye kuna stamina fresh ashike mguu mmoja aulaze chini na mmoja aukamatie hapo juu kwenye mabega. Hiyo ni style nyingine. Kuna hii style nyingine jamani. Kuna hii style nyingine umelala.
Kuna mtu alichangia hilo hoja la styles Tukasema kwamba kubadilisha style haimaanishi ni mzuri. Yani unajua topic leo ni kufanya sex iwe better, iwe nzuri, iwe inafurahisha lakini siku ni lazima unabadilisha tu, unabadilisha hizo styles kubadilisha kwa sababu ya kubadilisha, iwe ina umaana fulani na inachangia kuleta huo utamu.
Sasa ndo hiyo mshiko huo, hiyo shika sehemu hii inatokea, hizo vitu zinatokea. Manake utajipata tu umelala style hii, utajipata tu umefanya hivi. Sio eti ni kitu unafanya eti kwa sababu unajua unafanya hivi, but katika ile harakati za mshiko, shika hapa, shika pale hivyo, inatokea tu.
Inafikia pahali so unagundua kumbe hata hii style ilikuwa ni tamu kuliko ile nyingine.
Hivyo ndo ninavyomaanisha. Si kwamba eti sasa unaenda unampatia eti basi chukua hii style. Hapana.
Geuka hivi, panda hivi, hapana.
Ile ni kitu inatokea automatically. Ushaona? Baadaye ndo nakuja kurealize kumbe hii style ni tamu. Kumbe hii style iko poa. Kumbe hivi naweza nikamridhisha. Manake hata pengine labda hata mwenyewe pia anaweza akakwambia leo umenipatia venye hujawahi. Leo umenifanyia venye haujawahi. Unaona?
Yani anasema leo nikao ulikuwa unaniota tu, yani leo ulikuwa
kwa sababu ni kitu kwa sababu ni kitu imetokea tu automatically. Sio eti ni kitu una force iwache nifanye hivi mume wangu afurahie, hapana. Ni wakati katika ile harakati za romance unajipata tu umefanya hivi, na kazi inaisha. Mapenzi ni kuenjoy jamani, ni tuenjoy sote kwa pamoja. Sio wewe una jump tu kwa mtu umalize shughuli yako ulale. Baada ya mwezi utachoka kujump kwa mtu, kwa sababu mimi nitakuwa nakupatia bora umalize uende zako. Sitaki kukuudhi, wacha nikupatie umalize basi. Na ikiisha miezi miwili utachoka pia wewe, kwa sababu utasema huyu
ni kama amechoka na mimi, wacha nitafute mwanamke mwingine nje. Na ndo ndoa inavunjika hivyo. Maana ukistep nje ndoa ishavunjika. Kweli.
Kwa sababu hata yule mwenye yuko nyumbani amevumilia hivyo kukupatia, kama hataki ni kwa sababu hataki utoke nje. Alafu sasa akija akigundua kwamba umeshatoka nje, ndoa ishavunjika hivyo.
Kweli.
Alafu wanaume jamani, mna bahati. Manake mwanamke yeye hata akigundua kwamba umeshamkosea, bora tu uje na sweet words. Hata kusamee tu. Lakini mwanaume
akupate, ajue tu ni kwamba ulienda nje.
Wacha tu hata hujapeana, uliongea tu.
Wacha tu ibaki story. Wacha tuachie hapo. Hiyo hasira wanaume wangekuwa na bunduki wangekuwa wanaua kuua.
Ni kweli kaka.
Asante sana Asa. Nimeshukuru sana Asa kwa sababu tumeongea kwa muda. Nimeshukuru sana kwa kunijoin leo.
Asante pia.
Na asante pia kwa kutoa mchango wako. Asante. Thank you so much. Wow, Asa, sorry guys, we have been talking in Swahili. I know you have been wondering, what are these guys talking? Some of you have even given up. Benjamin is speaking in Swahili. What are they discussing? What are they doing? Anyway, what she has been insisting on is changing of the positions. One of the other things is changing the position styles. You heard her talking about doggy style. And she said that sometimes you can plan to change the positions, but it doesn't have to be something you do it mechanically. Just try, experiment. Don't be so hard to change the position and say that I like this one. Just try. It's about experimenting. And you never know, when you're experimenting and somebody's touching you somewhere, you will discover, oh my goodness, even my elbow was sensitive. I didn't know that my nose was so sensitive. And that's how people learn each other, because sometimes you don't know your body. You might think that your nipples and your neck are the only sensitive parts. But during the process of changing positions and trying different new things, you will discover new things in your body that both of you didn't know. And above all, of course, she insisted on talking. Talking is everything. If your woman tells you she's tired, listen to her. Listen to her. She is tired. So long as it's not an excuse to pretend and to deny you sex, which is very wrong. She said that as a woman, especially if you're a wife, it's a good idea to talk with your man politely and tell him how tired you are during the day and everything that you've been doing. Once two people talk and they are mature, they can understand each other, and finally they will continue having better sex. That's what we were talking in Swahili. I hope you have understood what she was saying. Last but not least, as I wind up, remember the show is every Wednesday. If you're watching for the first time, this is Wednesday Raw Sex Talk with me, Benjamin. Like and follow this page. We do these shows every Wednesday around this time on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you bumped into this video for the first time, please like, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and leave a comment, and you can watch a repeat of these other shows on YouTube and every other Wednesdays. As I wind up, one of the other things that you can make sex better is trying to relax. As you can listen to my voice and you can see me, I am speaking in a very relaxed way. If you're watching me for the first time, you might think that, wow, this guy is so relaxed. He's just talking about sex like a normal topic, something so easy to talk about. You can see some of the guests, like the one I had, she couldn't show her face. Of course, nobody wants to talk about sex, especially in public, because people are watching, people are listening to you, people are judging you, because sex is a taboo. But when you relax, you will have an amazing sex. Even when you lose your erection as a man, you don't have to panic. You just have to relax. Most men, after they have lost their erection, the first reaction is panicking. I have failed this woman. Especially if it's the first sex encounter and you cannot have a good erection, you feel offended. You feel like you've lost it. Just relax. Smile. Make some jokes about it. Tell the woman that this penis remembered something that made it so annoyed and lost the energy. Crack a joke. If you're a woman and you see your man is failing to do something, cannot have an erection, don't bash the man. Don't call him names. Don't accuse him unless you have evidence. You don't tell a man who has failed to have an erection that he is cheating on you. He's a useless man. He's not like any other man. Or compare him to your ex, or even a man that you're cheating with. Relax. After you have relaxed, then begin the process of finding solutions. Even when you as a lady, you're going to have sex for the first time with a man. Of course, the first time is always a lot of tension. It's always so much pressure. That's why a majority of the women on the first date, first night, cannot reach an orgasm. There are basic things that you can do to relax. Try to do something. People want to have alcohol. Alcohol is normally one of the choices to relax, but it's not a very good idea. You know, alcohol can make you make so many mistakes that you never wanted to make. Do not put alcohol as number one. Try to do some things as fun together. There are amazing games online of questions that can make you to relax. There are breathing techniques, even yoga, one of the most amazing exercises to make you relax. I used to think that yoga is meant for women, that yoga is not a manly thing. But yoga is a technique to breathe. When you breathe, you make the blood to flow in your body in the right way. When there's enough supply of blood to your brain, and then from your brain to your penis and to your vagina, you are relaxing. There are men who can make you relax. They will speak to you in a very nice way. They will make you to laugh, but in the process, they are making you to relax. But you will not be lucky all the time to find such a man. And when you don't meet such a person, you have to find techniques of relaxing by yourself before you have sex. It's very important. And last but not least, don't give up. I want to finish this Wednesday Raw Sex talk by saying that giving up is one of the worst things in life. When you give up on your woman, it means you are giving up on something that could have been beautiful at the end of the day. When you're giving up on your man, giving up on trying to be there for each other and correcting and getting better sex, giving up costs so many things. There are many things that you have given up on life. But when you're giving up on something that you can change to make better, when you give up on yourself, you say, I can't do this, you lose hope. If you are having some illnesses that cannot allow you to have an erection anymore, or you ejaculate or reach an orgasm within very few seconds or few minutes, and then you give up on yourself, we have doctors. That's why we still have therapists. They are there, professional people to talk to you, to help you to relax, to help you to have this energy again, to make you understand that even as young as you are, you don't need Viagra. You are under the age of 50. Why are you looking for Viagra? Why on earth are you looking for Viagra? So please, do not give up. As I started this show, I say that knowledge is everything. When you feel that your sex is not okay, when your partner tells you that the sex is not okay, this is when you look for help. It is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength to make things better. Even the people who are religious leaders, they might be very powerful, very charming, well-dressed, eloquent, and amazing speakers in front of people in the church. But when it goes back to their bedrooms, together with their women, who could also be church leaders, they struggle to make these things work. But in front of this multitude, the same way with social media, they have to pretend and act that everything is okay. In front of other people, everything is okay. But when they step out of the pulpit, or they go away from this audience, or avoid even these pictures that they share on social media, when they are just the two of them, there is no sex. There's nothing as an amazing sex. Those people need help. And as Dorka Nyaboke is saying, there is no shortcut to success. Even amazing sex, there is no shortcut. You don't watch porn so that your sex can be better. If you have been having erection challenges, or you as a lady, the thing that we talked about, your vagina is always dry during sex, you don't watch porn so that it can become wet. You don't do that. Sometimes you need help, and by help I mean professional help from a doctor who understands the human body and how it functions, or from a sex therapist, somebody who has the knowledge and can tell you the truth. If you do this, it's going to work. If you don't do this, you two are going to separate. You're going to cheat on each other. You're going to fight every day. You're not going to solve so many things that you're facing as a couple. Those people are professionally trained to listen to you and guide you through the journey. There are people who can train you on how to squat if you want to squat. There are sex therapists who can help you on how to reach an orgasm within 5 minutes. What should you do? Where should you touch? They have the skill. They have the knowledge. They have studied the vagina, the parts inside this amazing organ. They have learned the penis. So they know that this is how it is. But for you, because you understand that sex is about self-knowledge, so long as I penetrate, so long as I reach an orgasm, so long as I go deeper, so long as I go harder, so long as I ride so fast, this is all about sex. This is what sex means. No. After making babies, I want to finish by this quote. After making a child, after making a child, sex is purely for pleasure. After making a child, sex is purely for pleasure. It's just enjoying. That process of building an orgasm until you reach an orgasm and the other person reaches an orgasm, that's the reason why you're having sex. If one of you is reaching orgasm or having pleasure, then the other one is not, and this thing is going on for some time, for 1 week, for 1 month, for 1 year, for years, then this sex is becoming worse. It is not going according to this topic today. What can you do to make it better? Now that you have 5 children, what are you doing to make it better? That's what you need to think about as you get older and as you want to continue enjoying this sex with this person. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing the video. Thank you for your feedback and your comments and your compliments. Thank you also for tagging your friends there. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you again next Wednesday for another Wednesday Raw Sex Talk. Until then, this has been Benjamin. I wish you a beautiful night if you're going to sleep. If it's in the afternoon, enjoy your afternoon. And if it's in the evening, have a nice evening. Thank you, and God bless, and take care. Bye-bye. That was nice, huh?